Good morning, everyone. Um, I'm reading from Psalms 68, and it reads, "Let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let them also that hate him flee before him. As smoke is driven away, so drive them away as wax melted before the fire. So let the wicked perish at the presence of God, but let the righteous be glad. Let them rejoice before God. Yea, let them exceedingly rejoice. Sing unto God, saying praises to his name. Exalt him that rideth upon the heavens, by his name Jehovah, and rejoice before him. A father of the fatherless, and a judge of the widows, is God in his holy habitat. God setteth the sanctuary in families. He bringeth out those which are bound with chains. The rebellious dwell in the dry land." Now, I read all the way to the 6th verse, but I'm letting y'all know the reason why I read this particularly book, Psalms 68, verse 1 through 5 and 6, is because of all this mess that's going on in the world. Because no matter what goes on, God always is going to be there. He's going to arise in anything that's going on. He's going to be there. I'm going to give you an example. Like the stuff that's been going on here in Charlottesville. We are now in a state of emergency because of the KKK, which y'all know that they had came here last year and disrupted our community, came in some of our neighborhoods and things like that. But I just want y'all to know that it is a person that's higher, that gets higher power, that is able to knock down any war, any person that comes against God's people. And this is I'm gonna list some of the stuff that we have been dealing with here in Charlottesville. And my heart goes out to these people. And one of them is Heather Hires, and she was one of the young ladies that had lost her life last year because of the KKK and the white supremacist group. So this is what we're dealing with: race here in Charlottesville. Racism. We dealing with rape. People raping people up here. People kidnapping people, assaulting people, bullying people, and the list just goes on and on. It's just like we in the middle of we might as well be in the middle of a war. And me, myself, I'm very disappointed. I'm disappointed with my city leaders. I'm disappointed with my city. I can't believe they allowed these people to come back in Charlottesville again. I'm very hurt. And I'm beyond, I'm beyond like under stress because of this. It can get to the point where I'm having headaches because of this. Something has to give. Something has to give. We all need to come together. It has to be peace. It needs to be peace on earth. Because without this, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be a good ending. You think God like us fighting? You think God like people being racist, not liking each other, fighting against each other? You think God is like this? He think God like people raping people, kidnapping people, assaulting people? You think God like all this war and bullying and, the way he's looking at our city leaders? He's looking like, I left this in y'all hands. I literally left this earth in y'all hands for y'all to take care of it, but y'all not taking care of it. So instead of y'all doing right and stuff and trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do, but instead of doing the right thing, y'all doing the wrong thing. And God he's looking down at us like, instead of him coming in the physical, he's actually coming in the spiritual way, destructing around us. You look at all the volcanoes, all the hurricanes, all the storms, all the violence, all this stuff that's going on around us. God is not liking it. He's not liking it at all. And I agree with God. If y'all not taking care of my planet, y'all not taking care of my earth, y'all not doing what y'all supposed to do, then I'm going to come down and I'm going to do this and I'm going to take care of this my way. And if that's destructing the earth by volcanoes or shutting down everything or pushing people out the way, that's what I'm going to do. God wants peace. He wants peace. And if you can't do that and get along with each other, then you have to, how can I say this? You have to put aside your feelings. I don't care if you is having a bad day. I don't care if somebody barked up the wrong tree towards you or called you out your name or whatever. Go to God with it. Go to God about it. Pray about it. Pray on it. Put it in God's hands. But don't go out here and start a riot. Don't go out here and calling people names or threatening people or do none of the things that I had mentioned at the beginning of my video. And all of this stuff that's been going on, not just in Charlottesville, it's been going on all over the world. So I'm going to leave you with two scriptures, and that is Psalms 68, 1 through 4, and 5 and 6. In Psalm 69, In Jeremiah 1 through 4. In Jeremiah, the first chapter, the fourth verse through the 19th verse. And I want you to go in Revelations. And it reads in Revelations. I can get to it real quick here. But I'm very disappointed the way things have been here in Charlottesville. Because I know it can be better. And I know the people can be better. And another thing I want to point out is black on black crime. I don't like it. And crime against each other, I don't like it. If anything, I try to make peace. But when you cross that line where you are coming in our neighborhoods and threatening our families, threatening our communities, our town, then I think it needs to be something more stable in place. And then if you got certain people that's in government in the city that don't want to do right, then I think they need to be voted out and replaced with other people. It needs to be peaceful. But the other scripture and verse I wanted y'all to know about is go to Revelations. It's at the very beginning, and it's the second chapter. Actually, the first chapter, verses 1 through 16, and then through the 20th, and then it's the second chapter, verse 1 through 22. Because it says right here in verse 11, this is the first chapter in Revelations, the 11th verse, saying, I am Alpha and Omega, the first and the last, and what thou seest write in a book, and send it into the 7 churches which are in Asia, into Estes, and into Samaria, and into Sardis, and into Philadelphia, and into Laodicea. But go to these scriptures and read them. And I love the book of Psalms. Because it has a lot of good stuff in it. And another scripture is real good too that I read, and I keep it on this page. Well, I was keeping it on this page, and I just kind of switched over to started reading Matthew and Revelation. But Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake.